heart. Oh, then gets empty again. Better fill it up before I go. Cause I'm loving it, feeling it, touch me and being it. See what I see in it, I'm typical. Messing around with it, mix it up, go with it, flow with it, let it all go. Oh Lord, think you know what I'm like, but you don't fall, you lose control. Bittersweet melody when I dance on your fly. Cause I know what you don't, it is me you adore. How does it feel to breathe when you're dead? They never seen you out of your bed.
Welcome to Football Overseas, your ultimate destination for thrilling sports content. Brace yourselves for an exhilarating journey through the world of football and beyond. We're more than just scoreline predictions and match analysis. Get ready for a diverse range of shows designed to ignite your passion for sports. Step into the action with our lineup of shows: Champions Crystal Ball for all UEFA tournaments, Premier League Game Month Show, La Liga Game Month Show, Libertadores Vision for Copa America and Copa Libertadores, Goal Plus Africa covering AFCON and African football, Harambee Stars Unleashed predicting Kenyan national football team matches, Eurovision for European tournaments, and the Football Debate Show, your go-to for the hottest debates. And that's not all. Dive into the excitement of NHL, NBA, NFL, T20 cricket, rugby sevens, and much more. Football Overseas is your hub for a wide range of sports. Football Overseas, where passion meets sports. Join us on this thrilling journey, subscribe, engage, and be part of the excitement. Buckle up for an adrenaline-pumping ride. The game is on. Stay tuned with Football Overseas, and let's celebrate the world of sports together.
Okay. Guys, okay. Big up, guys. Welcome to the Football Overseas YouTube channel, and we're live for Deal Paranoia. Deal Paranoia is a transfer window show, and I know I missed last week's predictions because last week's analysis because I was out and about. Yeah, so I'm back for the second transfer week of the window. And it's January transfer window. There's not much transfers going on. So we're analyzing a lot of transfers. Actually, I think it's less than last week's transfers. Yeah, and I missed a lot last week. So we'll analyze for this week. And the only big deal that was going on this week was what Guehi to Man City. It was a good signing, and I'll go with it. Yeah. So we'll analyze those confirmed deals. And we'll analyze the confirmed deals. We'll analyze the almost done deals. Those deals that are almost done. Transfer fees almost to be agreed, and the personal terms are almost to be agreed. And half those are things where there's interest, but it could happen and it could not happen. And yeah, this transfer window has been pretty dead. Doesn't mean big deals. It is a typical thing you expect from the winter transfer window, and it's what you expect, especially in this winter, because I don't think a lot of teams will spend this winter. Yeah, so we'll go down to business. We'll start with that, and we'll start with the deal Prona episode. So we start with, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this stream, comment down your thought on some transfers. So first deal we do is loan deals. Ter Stegen to Girona, 6 months loan. Yeah, you know how I feel about Ter Stegen as a player, watching him play, and yeah, watching Ter Stegen play. Yeah, so Ter Stegen is moving to Girona for 6 months. The loan deal, that is a good loan deal, let's be honest. The goalkeeper is probably second choice or third choice at Barcelona. So it's a good loan deal for him to go to Girona and he gets some experience, he gets some game time, he'll get a lot of game time. I feel like his career at Barcelona is technically done. When they signed Joan Garcia from Girona, his career was basically done. And it is sad to see how the mighty goalkeeper has fallen. And that shows you how quickly things can change in the goalkeeper department. And yes, he has been sloppy here and there quite a bit. He has been sloppy, especially last season, the season before they signed Chan Sonny. He has been conceding sloppy goals, and he's going to Girona. Hopefully, that will boost his career. So for his career and game time, this is a great move. 6 months loan. I think the thing that I'll advise him is after this loan deal, move away, put a transfer request to move outside of Barcelona and to be sold because next season I don't think he'll get more game time. I rarely see Hansi Flick change his goalkeepers. He'll rarely play the third goalkeeper unless there's slices. Even the second goalkeeper rarely gets a lot of minutes. So at this club, he's probably second choice or third choice. And even the Polish goalkeeper is better than him. He is. So I, in terms of his career at Barcelona, I see his career dead, done, dusted. There's no need to see anything else. Loan move is a good boost temporarily to increase his market value or to reset his market value. But apart from that, yeah, apart from that, I will say that his move is a good move for the player, a good move for the club. Barcelona doesn't need him currently right now, and in all aspects, Girona needs an experienced goalkeeper. I'll take Chesagen at United, not because he's an elite goalkeeper. I don't think he's very elite nowadays. He's more of an expensive David De Gea kind of keeper. So I think Chesagen, I'll take him as third choice, second choice, so that Lement can learn from him, Vite can learn from him. I'll speak about that in the Man United show with Ek. And that's what we discuss about. I told him I'll take him anytime. If Barcelona needs to let me go, I'll ask Man United personally to go sign this goalkeeper. Yeah. And another thing as well is yeah, another thing is also for this deal, it also means he should consider his career done at this Barcelona side. There's no game time next season. Look at him. I'm not even a Barcelona fan. I just think Sergeant is such a shitty goalkeeper. To 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 have at Barcelona, they have better standards, but he's an experienced goalkeeper. I'll take him. It's better than I'll sell Hitton. I'll take him. I'll not play him as first choice keeper. I'll have Laments first choice. But after this deal is done, it's a confirmed loan deal. But I'm not sure how you guys think about this deal. Yeah, so is the Sergeant's career at Barcelona over? Yeah, so his career over at Barcelona. Most likely it is. But another move, yeah, so another move on the table is Mandi's 6 month loan. Mandi's to Bournemouth. Is there a value for this loan? I think Kepa will still be used for Bournemouth. Yeah, I think Kepa will still be used for Bournemouth. Mandi's he's not getting much game time at his Lazio club. Yeah, Mandis is probably second bench, second best player at his club. And looking at it, I think, especially with a loan deal, is it still a smart loan deal to do for the player wise? Because he's, if you're doing a loan, it's better off for you to do a loan to a club where your first choice. But Bournemouth is a club where he'll be second choice. So it does not quite different. To move from one bench to another bench for 6 months. It's a wasteful loan if I think about it that way. For yes, Bournemouth gets squad depth. That's a good loan for squad depth, but for the player, for the clubs, it's good moves because let's be honest, Lazio gets rid of their squad depth quality, and Bournemouth gets squad depth. So it's a good move for both clubs, but for the player, it's a bad move. It's moving for him. It's moving from one bench to another, and I won't advise him to do that. Yeah. So next one is yeah. So next one is Montesi to Paris FC. Yeah. So Montesi to Paris FC. I think I don't know whether Paris FC is top of the league still. If they are, if Paris FC is top of the league up to now, will it be a great move for him? Probably yes. Actually, Paris FC is not top of the league. Paris FC is mostly 13th. Montesi to Paris FC. These are my thoughts. Montesi, oh, Montesi to Paris FC. So probably, yeah. So the player is moving from fighting relegation. Right now, let's be honest, if he stays at Wolves, he'll be relegated. But if he goes to Paris FC, it's a good escape because Paris FC is not in a relegation fight. They're in with table. So for a player, his value is not reducing. It's a good loan move. For Paris FC, yeah. So for the player, it's a good move. Matisse is currently the starting. Yeah, so Matisse is currently the current starter of Wolves. So for Matisse, a player like Matisse, it is a good loan move, a good loan move to Paris FC. He's escaping relegation. He's got to get more minutes there. Probably he'll go to the bench, but at least in terms of his code value, it won't reduce as much as possible because if he stays at Wolves, his market value will go down, and there's nothing much I can say about this move. Let me not lie to you. Let me not lie to you. There's nothing much I can say about this move, and for the player, that's a good move to escape. Like when you're poor and you have gotten a job, but the job is not really that well paying. So for Montesi, it is better than was. Who could have stayed at Wolves and be relegated to Wolves, and he's going to the French league, where he's not going to play any relegation football. It's most likely, and now in the French league he's playing. He's that Paris FC is 13th. I see them actually going up the table. They can go to 10th place under him, and it will boost his confidence. Yeah, and his market value probably. Yeah, so that's what I think for Matisse. So I think next one is Cancelo to Barcelona. How many times does Barcelona love to sign free players? Yeah, so Cancelo is back at Barcelona, 6 months loan, another loan deal. Since at this point, it seems like the player loves the club more than the club loves by him because I think last time he did well at Barcelona. People thought that Barcelona will put a bid in to buy him permanently. Barcelona did not put in a bid. So at this point, I'll advise Cancelo, please don't go back to Barcelona. And it seems like he has already gone back, and yeah, he has already gone back to Barcelona for 6 months loan. And what else to say? So he has gone back to Barcelona for 6 months loan. He's a great right back, experienced right back. He has played in the Premier League. He has won trophies. Is he the right back that Barcelona really wants? Probably they want a younger right back due to the vision. And for the player, is it a good move? Probably it is a good move because it is what he wants anyway. And but for the rest, I don't think it is really a good move for the rest. Yeah, so that's why. Yeah, so I think next thing is Banoto to Leeds. For this thing, I'm hearing rumors that this deal could be permanent after this transfer window. And Beneto, he was at Chelsea for the first half of the season. He was at Chelsea for the first half of the season. Now, this time, he was at Chelsea for the first half of the season. So, I think this time He's going to Leeds, so Leeds have been performing quite well for a club that has just been promoted. It is a good club that is performing well. Um, Currently in the table, where's Brentford? Where's Brighton standing? I know he cannot play against Brighton versus Leeds anytime. Or can he? Yeah, so he cannot face Bright. He cannot play face his parents' club on 17th. Leeds are 17th. Brighton is currently position 12th. Will he help Leeds? Definitely, he could help Leeds to improve their performances, especially in the attack, and score more goals. And yeah, and Flick, yeah. Okay. But for yeah, it is a kind of move where they do loans. Yeah, that's just yeah. Anyway, so anyway, so that's for the player good move. Yeah, so Guehi to Man City. Guehi to Man City. Oh, good move. Yeah, so Guehi to Man City. That is a good move. I would have signed him at United. I would have taken Guy. He's a physical player, centre back. I think it's one of the young centre backs that Man City has. The kind of centre backs are yeah. So the kind of centre backs are all aging. So people like this, Cavidon. So the thing I admire about City's transfer approach is they know a player is about to reach or decline, so they sign his replacement early. The thing about United is we are a reactive kind of club. We react to a situation after the situation has become so deeply in. And for United, that's the difference between United and City. United is reactive, Man City is proactive. And Man City realized that theirs and others are moving, so they need to sign their replacement, and that's the first step they did. They signed the replacement for theirs. Yeah. So I think this deal is a good deal. The deal that Liverpool wanted, first of all, it is good for squad depth. The price is also relatively cheap. They'll have gotten him for free anyway in the summer. So 23 million is not that bad, especially for a player like him who's worth 40 million. That's a cut price deal at 23 million. Plus, the player always wanted to go to a club with UCL football. That was always been his dream. Yeah, so I think the player gets achieves his dream. That has always been his dream to play for a Champions League club, and he has achieved that goal. I don't think the player was mostly loyal to any club because, let's be honest, he wanted to play Champions League football. He didn't care what club he is going to as long as he plays that. Because he at least personal terms with Liverpool in the summer, the deal collapsed. Palace refused. Now Liverpool did not come for him in the winter, and Manchester came for him. They had agreed that they will Palace, and he signed. So you cannot say that he is a loyal Liverpool fan. He's not really. He just wanted to chase his dreams like any other player, and cannot blame him for that. So it's a good deal for the player, a great deal for the player, and I don't wish him good luck because he's my rival. And yeah, now another thing is Timber to Marcel. Marcel is building a good squad, especially with Greenwood there. Marcel's squad is good, and that strengthening it with an aggressive midfielder. So Quaran Timber is the brother to Arsenal's Jaron Timber. At United, I'll have signed him as squad depth. Yeah, I'll have signed him in 2019 as squad depth, and I'll still sign him as squad depth right now. He's a good player to have as squad depth in a big club. For a club like Lyon, Marcel, who are in playing UCL football, they are third place. They know that they have been performing quite well. They are in a position to qualify for again for UCL football. They just need us somebody to solidify their midfield, and they're sending. Yeah. So that's a good deal. So next deal is yeah. So next deal is this. Yeah, I want to talk about that. Yeah, so I saw Tottenham signed another player that is Souza. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how I know this player. I haven't watched how he plays. So this deal is a player that has been playing for quite a while or hasn't been featuring much. That is Luis Kahim. For a developing player, he signed from Brazil to West Ham. I felt like, if you ask me, to be honest, most Brazilians who are becoming stars, they they pass to Portugal before coming for the Premier League, but he did the opposite. He signed for Premier League, and he's now going back to Portugal. He's going to Portugal where he should have signed originally from Brazil. He should have signed for the Portuguese league. He improves a bit, then he signs for the Premier League. But it seems like he did opposite way, and Sporting CP, what I know about Sporting CP is a club that knows how to, what do you call it? Is a club that knows how to develop young players. I wouldn't be surprised if this 17.70 million, if he's sold by the end of 5 years, if he's sold by 50, by Sporting by for 50 million. Mark my words, in the next 5 years, he'll be sold 50 millions to an English club like Tottenham. I feel like he'll go to Tottenham. He'll sign for Tottenham. Five. He'll probably go there for 50 to 60 million in the next 5 years, and he could polish there. So I think he did a mistake. If you ask me for the player, he did a mistake signing for West Ham directly. He should have signed for them after going to the Portuguese league. He cannot come out of the Brazil league and then go directly to a physical league, the top physical league called the Premier League in that short span. So he knows what he did, and at least he's correct his mistake there. That one I can give him kudos for that. Apart from that, this deal is a good deal, an amazing deal. Yeah. I won't do the Spurs deal. I don't know much about the Spurs deal. Now, a player that I'll talk about is Matata. I think I'll cover Matata. Yeah, so Matata is an aggressive player, very, very aggressive striker. He's a striker where you want him in the box, not for the sake of want him in the box to help pull other players. Because when you have Matata in the box as a centre back, you have to either choose between marking Matata or marking other players. And if you choose to mark other players, he'll push himself into the box and score a goal. His aggression, physique is what makes him more attractive. At United, I'll have signed Matata. I'll have signed Matata to be backup to Sesko. At Juventus, he's still going to be backup to Sesko, to Jonathan David. So again, for the player, it is a move. It is a good move for him. It's a move that he wanted to do. He also wanted to go to a new club. If the move tends to wait, sorry, if the move confirms and is close to confirming, I will put confirm and we'll analyze it. Will he stay there at Juventus? I know it's a loan move. It's a loan move. But for 6 months, I feel 6 months is too short for somebody like Matata to prove his abilities. Yeah, so I think for somebody like Matata, he needs a transfer away from Palace. He doesn't need a loan away from Palace. He has stayed at Palace for too long. I think he has outgrown the club. That's the same way how Guehi has outgrown Palace and he moved out of Palace. And Matata has outgrown Palace and he's moving out of Palace. He needs to move out on a permanent deal to a club like United, Man City, those clubs, but he's moving to a club like Juventus. Um, will this deal be mostly permanent? I think so. I think if he impresses, he'll get a permanent move, a permanent switch, and yeah, he could get a permanent switch if he impresses. So I think in terms of the club, Juventus could have gotten a younger striker, if you ask me. Palace, they have lost a good striker, and they regret it. For Matata, in terms of the deal type, it is a bad move. In terms of him moving out of Palace, it is a good move. He's moving to a European club, a club with consistent European football. So he's chasing his team, and at this point, I think it doesn't really matter anymore. So that's my think for Palace versus for Palace for Matata to Juventus. If it happens, it will be a good move. Now, this move is another move that could prosper a lot, a lot. Tell to Paris FC. Martel's tell to Paris FC. Tottenham on loan. Yeah, Paris FC, this is a great move. For someone like Tel, this is a great move. Yeah, to get someone like Tel to Paris FC, that's a great move. Kudos to Paris FC. If this deal is almost finished, it will be a great move. A move that can flourish. And for Tel, it's a downgrade for real. He's moving away from the Premier League. He's going to a less physical league. Even if it's a loan, I'll advise him to go to the Spanish league if for a loan deal. But to go to the French league, this is a downgrade for someone like Tel. And will it increase his market value? Maybe it won't, because he's not moving to a club like Marseille. He's moving to a club like Paris. Yeah, so for the player, I don't think it's a good move. I think he made the wrong choice. He, and if it collapses, it won't personally hurt him, honestly, because let's be honest, it was a bad move from the beginning. And yeah, and another move is Oscar Bob to Fulham. Now, Oscar Bob is an upcoming winger for Man City, and that's the same way how Man City signed. How is it Fulham signed? Let's check. Yeah, so Oscar Bob, he'll improve Fulham's backline. He's like a very good technical player, and he was moving to Fulham. He played the left wing, right wing, so he'll be mostly like a sub choice to Adam Torreira, and in the future he could play more minutes. He could become a little player at Fulham. I look at this deal and I compare it to a similar deal that happened with Cole Palmer. Palmer was an upcoming star. He didn't get much minutes at City. Now look at how he's performing at City, at Chelsea. So I feel like there's something can happen to Oscar Bob. He's an upcoming star. Is he going to break through at City? Maybe later on, but at Fulham, he'll get first 2 minutes, obviously, coming off the bench here and there. He'll impress as well. He could get another move. Yeah. He could get another move in the future too. I feel like I see him going to Dortmund in the future. His career seems like a Dortmund kind of player, and it could happen. Now another move is Jekot. Jekot Rennes to Chelsea, 55 million. That is overpaying. For a player like Jekot, that is overpaying. He's an upcoming star, centre back. He's a French centre back. People compare him to being like, yeah, people compare him to being like, what do you call it? He's compared to being like Lenny Euro of Man United. So does Chelsea need another centre, a young centre back? Probably not. They need an experienced centre back. And for Chelsea, 55 million deal for Jacquard to Chelsea. Is it really the best deal? Probably not the best deal. Will Chelsea get a higher value for him? They'll get the same 55 million in the future. That's true. They'll get that money in the future. But Will he be a 100 million player in that time? I don't think so. In 5 years. So again, Chelsea is just splashing money for the sake of splashing money. 55 million is not even worth that amount of cash. But here he is to be signed for Chelsea. And sometimes I feel bad for Chelsea. As a club, they need experienced players, but the owner is buying young kids. The same thing as United, we need experience. Our owner is focusing on buying young players. And yeah, so I think for Chelsea, I feel bad for them and they deserve better. Jacquot, that time overpricing him. 55 million is not worth 55 million yet. He's, to me, if I look at Jacquot, I'll sign him for 30 million max. Anything more than 30 million is expensive for a non player who hasn't proven himself outside the French league. Now, Fulham signing this, another Chelsea star, Sterling. Sterling to Fulham. Sterling could be Fulham's Adam Traore on the left wing. But will he bring the effect that Grealish brought to Everton? Probably he will be running down the wings. He'll get first in minutes, so that's a good move for him. He's escaping. And for free deal, Fulham is not buying any cash. Chelsea is getting rid of a player, so for all parties involved, this is a trade deal for all parties involved. And let's be honest, Sterling, your career is basically done at top flight football. And yeah, I think for other deals, I think it's a great deal. Now, Abraham to Villa. Abraham to Villa. Villa is getting too many stars, but Abraham, I remember him at Chelsea. He used to play good football at Chelsea. United wanted him during early days. Wow. Big up to the sub that has subscribed. Yeah, so United wanted him during early days. Um, yeah, United wanted Abraham in during early days, and is he a flashy striker that I see happening? Not really. He reminds me of Ollie Watkins, kind of striker. At what age is both players even? Abraham. Yeah, Abraham is mostly 28 and Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins is 30. So, in terms of age, score depth, he provide good score depth for Aston Villa. Any Aston Villa fan will tell you that is good score depth as a striker. But I'm just being honest here. I don't see the difference between having Ollie Watkins and having Tam Abraham. Because let's be honest, I know currently right now Aston Villa has a young player off the bench, and it could be a good squad depth signing as a rotational striker. But I thought they have Milan. I thought the purpose for Aston Villa signing Milan is for squad depth, but seems like not. And currently now, I think yeah. So currently now, I think that Aston Villa needs Tammy Abraham, though they have an Milan there who can play striker. Anyway, it is a good move for squad depth quality, but in terms of future wise, I'll say it's not really the best move. Future wise, I'll get a younger striker for Aston Villa. 80 million, that's a cheap deal. 80 million, that's a cheap deal. And But in terms of younger striker, I'll ask for a younger striker if I was on the Amiri. But it seems like he wanted Tommy, Tommy Abraham. Yeah, and it seems like that deal is happening. Now another deal is I don't know what's up. Like when Saudi Arabia players, all these European players, they go to Saudi Arabia, being attracted by the money. Then there's a movement that is starting of European players, of those same European players coming back to going to more competitive leagues. And I don't know whether it's a Saudi power that pull that is not attracting them enough, or it's a hit, or the money is not enough. But yeah, so Kante is moving to Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce needs a player like Kante. Kante is an aggressive DM. Is he old? Is he the same Kante that was at Chelsea? Probably not. Probably he's not the same Kante that Chelsea had. And yeah, I think it is a good move for both clubs. Um, it was Al Ittihad. I'll ask for 10 million. They really undersold him for 4 million. That's too cheap for somebody like Kante. I'll sell him for 10 million. That's for the sake of the brand name. I'll sell him for 10 million, but he sold him for 4 million. That's a cheap deal. And Fenerbahce, that's a good deal for Fenerbahce. It, yeah, really- yeah, so it's a good deal. And there's nothing else I can say about this deal. Let me be honest. Another deal is Pokota to Flamingo. Pokota to Flamingo. Pokota is he was meant to move to Man City. He had those allegations where he was meant to move to Man City. He was going to be a good squad depth to Man City, but I think he gave up in his career in Europe and decided that Brazil football is better. 25 million, 85 million. That's a cut price deal. Man City will have gotten him for 50 million or 40 million. So that's a cut price deal. And for Pakota as well, another thing, I don't know whether I'm pronouncing his name well. The chat can tell me whether I'm pronouncing the name well, but another thing that is improving him is that West Ham is currently in relegation. So he's escaping relegation and is going to the Brazil League. Palmeiras is known to be competing more and more up. So for the player, Great Hill is escaping relegation. He also wanted to leave Man City. And for his kind of allegations, even though he was found not guilty, I don't think it will be easier for him to find a move in Europe with those things on his paper. And European clubs tend to be more careful. So I think his career is basically done at Europe. Him moving to Brazil is killing his career. Flamengo, they're getting an amazing, amazing player that will improve the midfield. 25 million is a bit up for the Brazil, but it's worth every penny. Yeah. Yeah, so I think basically done. Make sure you guys smash the button, like the stream, comment down your predictions, comment down your thoughts on this thing, and I'll be right back in the next 20 minutes. Yeah, and make sure I'll be back for AFCON at around 2 p.m. UK time. So, no, AFCON, I'll be back for Man United match preview at 2 p.m. So make sure you like that stream and thank you so much for reaching 930 subs. We are 70 more subs to 1K. That's the process, and I'll be back for another transfer analysis show on Monday, on Wednesday next week. Yeah. So big up, and you guys are legends. Always remember that this is football overseas. We are passion with sport.